Well, hello, everybody. It's Chris Bates with agentmarketing.com. Hope everybody's having a really good week. We are midway there, so happy hump day, everybody. I'm really excited about today's webinar because we're going to be talking about lots of great things. And so before we get started, just wanted to, if you guys can, really take some time the next 30 minutes or so and just, I know I'm going to be going fast. And so if I'm going too fast, let me know. I'll try and, slow up a little bit. But just know that at the very end, number one, we're going to talk about some exciting stuff at the end that you guys definitely want to stay for because you're going to be really excited about some of the things that we're offering at the end for you guys as special members. Wanted to also say that at the very end, I'll go ahead and stop the recording because I am going to record this. So don't feel also that you can re-watch this and I'll send it to you all. And then at the very end, if you guys have any questions, we'll stop the recording and we can kind of have a Q&A session for you guys to, answer anything that you desire. So with that said, we're happy to have you here today. This is a breaking, we obviously do a lot of webinars, but today's a breaking news webinar. What's it about? Well, number one, I want to articulate that today is really in a big way about 2014, about you guys, about how we can really step it up this year. I don't know about you. I get really excited when the New Year's come. Get my goals back in order. I get all geared up. I'm the type of personality, especially in sales and in real estate, that, over the last 17, 18 years of my career in real estate, every time the New Year comes, I get really excited. I get really geeked up. So one of the things that we did is Greg and I sat down, and for those of you that don't know, Greg and I are business partners. We're in agent marketing. And we sat down and we started talking about how we can help all of you guys as our VIP subscribers really have the best years of your career. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's our goals to make agents more successful. How can we do that? And so today is the result of that conversation, and it's a result of really trying to help you guys stand out, be the best that you possibly can be, help your realtors to stand out in their marketplace and be amazing agents. And so we'll talk about a lot of different fun things today and some of the things coming up as well. Before I talk about some of the new features and all, I wanted to articulate that we at Agent Marketing are here for you guys. We're so grateful that over the last 7 years, for those of you that have been with us the whole way, you've seen us really basically just grow and be able to offer so many different things to you guys. I want to let you guys know that we are your team. So what's so cool about this is that we've developed a program together where you guys basically have your own marketing team. So I want to be very clear about how special that is. Number one, you guys have 5 programmers on your marketing team. So when you go out to your agents, I want you to say that with confidence. I want you to say, I am part of a national marketing group. I actually have on my marketing team 5 in-house programmers. We don't outsource. We're one of the few companies that refuses to do that. All of our programmers are in the building. They're, American programmers on staff. So how neat that you guys have 5 programs at your disposal. Our programs have done everything from help automate Coca-Cola to online bill pay to Callaway Golf to some of the biggest data systems that you guys use. So what's neat is that we have such a great talent that you guys have on your staff, because we're just a big tribe. We're a big team here at Agent Marketing. We're your staff. I want you also to know that you have the most amazing customer service team ever. Our customer service team took 70,000 calls and chats from your realtors last year. I want you guys to know that they are here for you. They're here for your agents. We're here to help make everybody more successful. So how neat that you could tell your realtors, listen, I have my own tech team, call the hotline 12 hours a day or chat 7 days a week, and we're here for you. Also on the graphics side, I want you guys to know how special it is that you guys have your own graphics team, you have your own print team, you have over 24 employees on your staff just to help with your marketing. And what's great is with our graphics team, super special people on our graphics team. Our head of graphics, Christy, in fact, she's worked on some of the biggest campaigns that you guys have seen. Nationwide Insurance, Toyota, Verizon. You guys have that at your disposal with a phone call. Your agents have that at their disposal with a phone call. So I want to be clear that we at Agent Marketing are trying to perfect the art of real estate marketing, both online and on-site. And the perfecting part means that we're never done. So we get to work together with you guys to just constantly try and evolve, constantly try and be better. So how exciting that we have our whole staff that is your staff, and we can all work together to make each other more successful. So let us know how we can do that, and you know, we're excited to be here for you guys. So with that said, the first thing that we wanted to do to make you guys have a successful year was, you know, open everything up. You know, obviously we already had 9,000 tools that we were giving you guys, so you already had, you know, the U.S. arsenal of tools. But we thought, you know, we have all these other tools. If our VIP accounts, our sponsor accounts, you know, our loan officers and our brokers and all that, if you guys could go out and have more tools in your arsenal and really, really be armed for bear in 2014, then we can help you have the best year ever. So we decided to give you much, 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 much more. So let's get into it. Number one, we decided that if we're really going to encourage you guys to have the biggest year of your career, and there's no reason, I want everybody in the call to look in the mirror and figure, if you haven't done your goals yet, I want you to do your goals and figure out how this is going to be the biggest year of your career. Because if you think about it, we're all in this business, typically almost everybody's in the real estate business, you and your realtors, for freedom and money, obviously. And then money obviously can give us more freedom to be with our families, to maybe do more charitable work, to travel, to do a lot of things that we want to do. So having no limits to us is sort of a psychological freeing for you guys to where your year now has no limits. So feel free to take your year as big as you want to take it. There's no limits. So don't limit yourself. The first thing we do is I want an unlimited ceiling in real estate, and then what do? We limit our ceiling. We all do it. I mean, everybody puts us, you know, from Tony Robbins to all these great speakers, they've all talked about us putting the governor on. I've done it to myself. I know you guys have done it. Maybe there's someone on the call that doesn't do it, and if that's true, please reach out to me because I want to learn from you. But we all do it in some way, right? So by making it unlimited for you guys, it means that you can add as many realtors as you want, as many properties as you want for yourself. So how exciting that you guys aren't limited in how much you can market. So that's the first thing that we wanted to release for you guys. So I want you guys to understand that you are now no longer being counted or anything like that. You now can just have free reign to go out and prospect and make 2014 the biggest year of your career. So the second thing that we did was we've had, as you guys know, auto ad for a long time. We've had it to where you can auto add a listing based on MLS number, that kind of thing. But we wanted to give you guys the most amount of options. So what's really neat is that we now have it to where you can have one of 3 ways to add listings into the system. Because let's face it, as we've talked about for years, you know, we want to cover both sides, personal and property marketing. But on the property marketing side, the properties are the bait, right? People don't get on the internet and search for pictures of Chris Bates. They get on the internet and search for properties. So, or they go out in the field and search for properties. So the bottom line is that we want to appeal to them the best we can, and that's where the property marketing comes in. So we have 3 ways for you to add properties. I wanted to re-articulate the 3 ways today because while I show you guys where the fully automation is, I wanted to also stress that you want to use the different ways we have differently based on your intention. So what's the first way? Well, the first way is the old school, add listings manually. If you guys haven't seen it, we did an old video a long time ago, EPSprocessvideo.com. You guys can go see that old video, but what's fun about that video, EPSprocessvideo.com, is it shows the ideal situation for an agent to prepare, crush a listing appointment, market, and become, you know, get inundated with referrals and become a community hero. So what we are hopeful of is that with the manual ad, you guys are mentoring your realtors into basically best practices. So why would you want to manually add a listing? Some people are like, oh, gosh, why would I want to manually add a listing? The reason that can you guys hear me again? Some people said lost audio. Tell me if you can hear me. Yes, okay, good. Thank you. The reason you want to manually add a listing is because as a realtor, when I go on a listing appointment, I used to go on a lot of listing appointments, I want to show up with results in advance. I want to be able to go out, and that's why I watch that little video, it'd be fun, but I want to be able to go out, take some pictures, show up with the property site and the virtual tours and the mobile technology and everything already done. Why? Because those sellers aren't hiring me to sell myself. They're hiring me to sell their home. So if I show up all excited and I've got their home, they're like, wow, you already did that? I've got our unique listing presentation flip show books create automatically for every listing. And we've added something that some of you may not know is that now agents can make all sorts of, they can actually make different templates for their listing presentation. And if they change to their template, then that'll be the automated one that palms in their property site, their virtual tour, everything automatically. So they can show up to a listing appointment with their tablet and literally say, look, I've already created a property website. I've already created a virtual tour. What you've already done, showing them, is so much more powerful than telling them. Secondly, when you add manually, and when you add manually, what's great about that is you could pre-launch the property to the world, okay? Because when you pre-launch to the world, now you have rich content, you've got HD pictures, you're doing panoramics, you're making them gorgeous commercials. We've now added password-protected documents, so you can have all sorts of different, inspection disclosures, appraisals, blueprints, historical data, whatever you want on these sites. So you could tell the world. Lastly, when you go to put a property in MLS, you want to already have the virtual tour at the time you put it in MLS. Why? Because tons of people have saved IDX searches, and I'm going to talk to you guys about IDX searches, but tons of people have saved IDX searches, and what's great is that as soon as you put a listing on the market, those 3,000 buyers under different realtors just got an email saying there's a new property that matches their criteria. You want the virtual tour the day it goes in MLS. So I want to stress that the manual ad is still very appropriate and should be pushed as best practice. We're realistic that not all agents will do this, but we want to tell you guys that, hey, tell your best and brightest. This is still the best way. I have realtors that call this listing insurance. It allows them to show up to a listing appointment with the utmost confidence and absolutely crush it. So listing insurance, this is the way to really, really stand out with this. The second way that some of you are familiar with is to add one or more properties at a time. When do you want to use this? You want to use this, number one, when you're first courting a realtor. So you add the property, you do like we talked about where you send them a text, you send them the HTML email, you connect with them, all that kind of stuff, okay? But you also want to do this perhaps when a realtor first gets in the system. So when you first add an agent to the system, you put in the MLS number, we're going to come back and say we found 12 other listings or whatever, would you like to import those as well? After you add your first listing, what it's going to do is then import the rest of them a short while later based on the layout and all that you picked for your first listing. So this adding one or more at a time is great for pitching. It's also great for getting agents into the system. So that's terrific. That's the reason to use this one. The last one is the new one, and this one is our full automation. Now, where this is under your Properties Options tab. And what this one's for is full automation. Basically what's going to happen is that all the properties are going to come in automatically. They're going to update price and any changes the agents make automatically. What is this for? So what this is for your agents that want it to be on autopilot, your agents that say, listen, I'll take the marketing, I'm going to do the open houses, I'm going to use the open house app and stuff like that, but I would like to just have it automated. I'm not going to go above and beyond. I'm not going to do it on listing appointments. I'm not going to put HD stuff in there. I'm not going to do panel picks. I'm not going to SEO these. I don't care about feeds. If you don't care about the feeds, because here's the thing you guys have to understand is that when all links that we feed to all the different syndication sites are branded. The only unbranded links that ever get sent out are the ones the realtors go put in MLS. Everything else that people send is always branded. We not only brand it when we syndicate to like Zillow and all, but we also put the URLs and lots of other information in the ad too. So syndication will brand it. However, if it's in the feed, it's already been syndicated. Do you guys understand that? So then the agents are manually going to have to go put the text codes and the property sites and stuff like that. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You either want it automated, and so it's already been syndicated, and so they're just automating the virtual tours and prop sites and text codes, or you want it, the ideal is manual, because then you're in full control, and if you have it up first, then that will syndicate. So if the agents want control, they go manual. For you to pitch or get agents in, you go intermediate, and then the last way is to fully automate for agents that want that. So exciting news is that we have it all. Whatever you want to do, you can do any which way, and base it based on how the agents want to operate. So the exciting news, if you want to turn it on, you just go into the properties options. When you go to turn it on, you have the option to activate the properties automatically or to not. Some people are choosing not because then the agent will get emailed that a property came in automatically. They can go log in. They can make some edits to it. They can purchase sign writers, things like that, and then they can activate. So totally up to you. We're basically trying to do best practices for all the different scenarios. And so now we can handle all the work for you with the full automation, and that's how easy peasy that is. So if you guys have any questions for me, let me know. Yes, this is being recorded, so you can watch it later. But again, at the very end, we have some fun stuff, so stay on if you're there. And I'll answer your questions at the end. So next thing I want to show you guys is that you may not be aware of, but we added this a couple of months ago, custom pages to the property sites. You guys had asked that, you be able to add whatever you want to them. So what we've done, you can literally come in, go to the website menu under the tools, add a new website menu button, and then choose whether or not you want an external URL or if you want a full custom page. If you choose full custom page, you can literally show your agents that they can edit and put in here whatever they wish. They can make it really sexy. They can add YouTube videos. They can do all sorts of neat stuff. So encourage your agents for best practices, because ultimately how we present our marketing to the world, remember, we're your marketing team, and we're here to help you and your realtors present better to the world. And how we present to the world is how they see us. And how they see us ultimately creates the snowball effect that is our business. So remember, it's our resume. We want to make our resume really, really good. So we're excited about having the custom pages, if you guys didn't know those existed. Also, we did update the virtual tours. So the virtual tour looks the standalone virtual tours. And you can find those links, by the way. Anytime you're logged in, you can find the virtual tour links for your realtors. We email them to your agents from you as sponsors, and we email them the links and the text code and everything after they activate. But just so you know, you can also find this. There's a little link when you're logged in, and I can even show you guys real quick. Let me just show you. When you're logged in, you can always find your virtual tour links right here. So from the Properties tab, do you guys see this little link here? You can get it from the Tools section or from here, and then here's all the different virtual tour links, classified HTML, widgets, different things like that. Okay? So that's under that link section. So we did make a new look to them. What's really neat about the new look, too, not only is it cleaner and we still have the gorgeous panels and everything, it's responsive design. So all of our property sites and our virtual tours and everything respond based on what device you're using. We respond to either a Flash or a Java virtual tour. So we actually switch if you're on like a Apple device, which doesn't support Java. So we actually change to that. We also, what's great is we change the colors of these virtual tours based on whatever property website layout and colors that you're using. Bio pages. We're doing a lot of great updates to these bio pages. This is a great way if you're in our 90 Days Success you've heard about, and I'll talk about that in a bit, but we've updated the looks to these and we're going to continue. We have a lot of neat things going with this, and the reason these are special is because if you work with your realtors when you're first with them, and you guys too, you can actually get these to rank #1 in Google, and what's great about that is that they rank above LinkedIn and all, so when people Google your realtors, Chris Bates Real Estate, they're finding the bio pages. So just know that we're having some fun. We're updating the looks to these, doing all sorts of neat things to make sure that we're helping you and your realtors stand out when people Google you guys. This is huge. For those of you that don't know we're doing this one, I want you to tell your realtors about it. Obviously, when we have different features, what you should be doing is going to meet with your agents in person and bringing them new tips, tricks, ideas, and tools. By doing that, you're building a best friend, and that's what we want, is for you guys to be great mentors. Great mentors do great things. Domains for property and personal website can now be the same. We've built a robust management screen. What's great about having 5 programmers on staff is everything we have in the system is built by ourselves. We don't outsource anything. We don't do anything outside the system. We don't outsource anything. So everything in our system is done by our in-house programmers. With that said, they built a very robust domain management screen. So from your marketing tab domains, you could purchase chrisbates.com and then have your property websites be 123main.chrisbates.com. Or they could be, because as you guys know, we have 2-3 dozen subdomains, where you guys can now have your own subdomains. So we completed that. So just to show you guys a quick example of that, do I still have that up? Yeah. Here's an example with gregshomes.com. Does everybody see this? So Greg bought gregshomes.com. He made it work for the property site. And then also his personal website is just gregshomes.com, so it works for his Pearl. He's got a great picture there, huh? And his property website. So you've got both. It works for both. So just so you guys understand how that works, it's pretty cool. Where do you get that? Under marketing and then under domain management. So under here, you just purchase a domain, and then after you buy the domain, you make it work for both. You'll see them come up in the list. So we have a lot of realtors that are buying like 5, 6, 7 domains and then using them for different things. So just so you guys know that you can do that now. So that's really exciting and really cool that your agents have been asking for. when we decided to open up and make it so that your agents don't have to upgrade for anything in our system, so as a VIP member, your agents now get everything in our system. One of the things that opened up for you guys was all the personal websites. We're going to continue to work on agents' personal marketing too, because ultimately at the end of the day, we really are trying to perfect the art of real estate marketing, and that includes both property marketing, personal marketing, helping agents do more with buyers and buyer leads. We've got a lot of neat stuff. And so the personal websites, what's so great about these is that you guys can go to your realtors and they can literally give up their personal websites, because some agents are paying really high fees, and have that here. Agents that don't want to do that, great. Let them know that you have an amazing website that can be customized to a niche. Do they have a niche? Some agents work VA, military. Some agents work, I was a seniors real estate specialist. I also did multifamily. Some agents work neighborhoods. I work Strawberry Farm neighborhood, so I want a website that's just the Strawberry Farm neighborhood. So just know that you can use these personal websites both for them or their niches, but encourage them that from a marketing standpoint, you want to help them stand out, and that's why we have these. They're fully editable. They're fully customizable. You guys, your agents could call in and get, and I'll talk about this at the end, but they can get thousands of dollars of free graphics work thanks to you. So because your team is us, we work together to make sure your agents are satisfied, so we can literally customize. Here's some examples of some agents that have customized their personal websites. IDX search. So what is IDX search? So in our system, basically, let's talk about IDX in general. IDX is Internet Data Exchange. It's a generic term in programming that basically just means people sharing data. What IDX is across the U.S. is the MLSs have said that it's okay for agents to share data between each other, basically so that they can put property searches and have their buyers and property searches and that kind of stuff. So what we've done is on the property websites, the personal websites rather, you can now go to the My Website tab and you can edit the IDX, and you choose state and you choose that first search. And then it creates a page when you save on the agent's personal website. And if you guys need help from this, check the little question mark in the system, because we have all sorts of videos for you. If you guys don't know we have this, let me just show it while I'm saying it. If you go to the My Website, and let's say, for instance, that I go to the IDX setup page. See this IDX setup in My Website? If I check this little question mark right here, does everybody see that? And I click on it, it's going to take me to that user guide page, and it's going to literally show me how to do everything. So we not only have videos on everything, but we have step-by-step instructions just by checking that. So encourage your agents. Call the hotline, check out the user guide for more information. We have all that. So what is this? Well, what's neat is that this is a full property search for all your agents. You guys, your realtors are spending somewhere between, if they have property search on the website and all that, they're spending somewhere between probably $49 to $159 on their personal website. So just the personal website savings alone can be very massive for realtors. They're fully SEO compatible. You can edit them at will. You can put whatever you want in them. And then with the property searches, it makes it great. Our property searches, they're really fun, you guys. You can yummy and yuck properties. Agents can come in here and they can do all sorts of neat things. Right now we have about 3 million listings that we're pulling in for this. If agents have a MLS that's non-participatory in the data feed, then all you have to do is have your realtor, you guys can't do it, your agents do, have your realtor reach out to us, and then we can look at getting a full feed from the MLS directly. So for those of you guys, I saw someone say they were in Canada, if your MLS feeds, all you have to do is reach out to me, chris@agentmarketing.com, and I can work with your MLS to try and get a feed direct. So here's an example on your agent's website. The property search. So if I were a buyer, I can save, make notes, I can yummy and yuck properties. So what's great about yummy and yucking properties, when I go to yummy and yuck it, I have to sign up or log in as a buyer, and then I can put properties into folders, I can save, I can make notes, I can create all sorts of different subcategories, golf homes, luxury homes. I can even choose to view them in different ways, like I could view them just on a map, for instance, or on a grid search or on a list. So we have a very robust property search for you guys and for your realtors to have on their sites. This is something that's so neat. It's also something that you all can utilize. So for some of you that have used HBM or different systems, we now have all that built in. It's all built into our system. So consumers can actually save and make notes, and then we can track what they see, how many properties they look at, all that stuff. So what's really neat about this is that we have our IDX tracking, okay? And so this is a little glimpse of it. Basically what it does is it puts in a hierarchy under each realtor the consumers that they've saved. So here's an idea. Every single one of you, go to your realtors and make sure that you're saving, or that they're saving rather, a search for all of their friends and family, people they run into at cocktail parties. Think about it this way. You all live in a neighborhood. If I come to you and, and I say, hey, Joe, Chris Bates, you live where? At Strawberry Farm? Oh, great. I'd love to just set you up so you can see the properties that are coming on the market in that neighborhood. Would you like to see that? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Everybody wants to see that. So what's neat is you can put your whole database in here in property searches, and you just come to the agent's personal website page, or the agent comes to their page, and they save their consumers. So now you guys have thousands and thousands of potential people that are getting emails as new listings hit the market, and they're actually seeing the different properties that are coming up and all that. So this is property search can be really huge. It's a great way to gestate consumers, and as I'm going to tell you about in a minute, after you get prospects, it's a great way to have the consumers be able to have continued contact with you. Seller accountability reports. The seller accountability reports, I got to tell you, as a listing agent, this is huge. Let me go back one, sorry. The reason this is huge is because I used to carry a lot of listings, and sellers would invariably say, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing? Chris, what are you doing? So what my business partner and I used to do as realtors was we had these archaic old postcards, and we'd check boxes, and we'd fill them out, and we'd tell them what we were doing, and then we'd have feedback postcards, and we'd mail the postcards to our sellers. It was the only way we could do it back then. Nowadays, we've made it all digital. So it's so cool. It creates automatically. It creates a report, and this is under your properties tab. You see there's a little reports, and you click on this, and it's the accountability report. It shows all the marketing that the agents are doing. Now, some of you don't grasp how big this is, but I can tell you that as a fiduciary, when my sellers are freaking out on me because, I'm charging them top dollar commission, they want to know what I'm up to. So there's a way to do that. As I've shown on the right part of the screen here, not only do we pull everything from the system that's been done, we also have a way for the agent to add, I ran this newspaper ad, I did this or that, something we wouldn't know. So they can add manual stuff too, and then send the link to their sellers. When I show realtors this, they flip. They're like, oh, that is so cool. Finally, I've been wanting something like that. So just so you guys know, this is a very cool thing that your agents now have access to in our system. The other thing that we've had a lot of realtors ask about is that we automated the hit reports to where if your agents are doing a lot of marketing, and if they're, putting the URLs all over the place and they're really pushing them and they've got the sign right there and they're really getting some traffic, they want their traffic automated. So this allows them to automate where it sends an email to the homeowner of the different hit report, monthly, biweekly, that kind of thing. So now you can do that, and that's under the hit reports. We now have a way that you can actually set it up, your realtors can, for their sellers to get it. And so this is a really great way for your agents to look good. Remember, a lot of times when we're going to a realtor, what we want to say to an agent is, number one, I want to make you look like a superstar to your buyers and sellers. And these type of things are ways to help them do that. We don't want to be assistants to realtors. We don't want to do it for them. We want to help make them better agents. If they don't use the system to all its worth, so what? What's important is that you guys have a constant why as mentors. I want all of you as the VIP members to realize that you have a marketing team that allows you to mentor your realtors to best practices. With that said, I could tell you guys, my old business partner was a big part of when we first started with this because we were getting leads and all that, and I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. But the final integration between my old business partner and this system came when he had a $2.5 million listing in Boulder. They called me and said, help, I know there's tons of stuff and I'm not using it. Now he uses everything because it helps him win the listing. So the point is that it's not imperative that agents use all the stuff I'm showing you. It's imperative that you guys are mentors and you're using this as a way to interconnect. It's not important that I do stuff for my wife, for instance, because a business partnership is very much like a marriage. It's important that I show the initiative to try and make her life better. That's what's important for you guys. Don't be their assistants. Show the initiatives to make their lives better. Pre-qual software. For those of you that are loan officers on the call, we now have it in the system where agents can request a pre-qual. When they request the pre-qual, what's so great, and you can go log in as them and do it, for them if they request it some other way by text or something. But what's neat is that when they request it and you run them through and they're pre-qualified, you could create all sorts of snips and different things, so you have a generic pre-qual letter that they can then print while you're out with your family on a weekend. Invariably, as a realtor, I'm showing houses on weekends because when people, the bottom line is that people want to see houses when they're not working, because sometimes it takes 3 or 4 hours to go see houses. So it's always going to happen that on a Saturday or Sunday when you're with your family, you're skiing, you're doing something fun, you're at the beach, or depending upon where you live, you're you know, on a romantic walk with your spouse, whatever it is, you're going to get that text from a realtor, hey, I need a pre-qual letter. So what this does is this enables you to be able to have the realtor say, nope, I've already pre-qualified them, they're in the system, just go log in, put in the loan amount, put in the street address, and press go. So it'll allow them to print the letter up to whatever you pre-qualified them for, if you, and not above. So that way you guys are safe and protected. So for those of you, the loan officers on the call, this is really exciting. We've just implemented this, you know, about 4 or 5 months ago, but some of you didn't know. Wanted to also show you guys that now what you have in your system, since we've freed up everything for you, is custom text campaigns. So let's be clear. We own our own text code. We're the only virtual tour company to own our own text code. If you see other companies out there and they have qualifiers before their text code, you know, they have IBI and then a code. The reason they do that is because it's called shared. They share a short code with someone else. The reason we chose to not share a short code, it's a lot more expensive and a lot more drama, and it took us 6 months to jump through the hoops with all the carriers and everything. But the reason we did that years ago is because your marketing is more important to us. And what we wanted you guys to be able to do is have the freedom to do whatever you want, to be able to edit the keywords on the property sites to be whatever you want for the property text codes, to be able to add custom text codes. So that's what this is. You and your realtors can come in under the marketing tab and add custom text codes, as many as you want. So you can come in literally, and if you guys want to test it, you can text LOOKY, L-O-O-K-Y, to 79564, and it returns whatever I told it to. I happen to tell it to say to see all the homes in the area, search here or call me, right? Now what's cool about this is your agents could put their personal website on this, right, that goes to their property search, and then that's our property searches will ask their phone if you want to GPS enable it. So what's great about the property search is that they're GPS enabled, so that way you can actually, you know, if you're in front of a property, you can see all the homes around you. So what's neat is that you can create text codes for, first-time buyer workshops, create text codes for property searches, create text codes for whatever you can imagine. Let's say Friday night football games in the programs. You know, hey, to see all the homes in the area, text Chris to 79564. And then now you're getting tons of leads at the Friday night football games. So the custom text campaigns are now enabled on all your agent sites. You guys can, you know, connect with your realtors about creating custom texts. Huge stuff. Agents, you know, go out and join other systems to do all this, but it's our goal as your marketing team. Remember, we're your marketing team to make sure that you guys are armed for bear to help your realtors be the best that they can be. As you can see, obviously, they can order all sorts of custom printing from us too, and I'll talk about that in a second. The QR code creator. Your agents now, under the marketing tab, QR codes, can create 5 different types of QR codes, as can you. So what's neat is you can put these all over the place. You can get them to where they create message codes, they create SMS codes, so that way it forces them to text back so you can get a lead. The SMS ones, that'll get you a lead, by the way. The other ones don't. It's just a way that you might put on your email signature, or you can put your contact information so people can easily use the QR code to get your contact info. So not only do we create, you know, 5 different QR codes for the property sites, we also have 5 custom types of QR codes that you and your realtors can create in our system under the marketing tab. So just another example of how you are, through our system, trying to help your agents be more successful, you know, just piece by piece. Every part of their business, every facet of their business, you care enough about them to help them be more successful. And so hopefully this will help you guys really stand out. Custom squeeze pages. Okay, so years ago, when we first started, one of the ways that we started was we were getting leads, basically buyer leads for realtors. We started off with my agents. I had a real estate office, for those of you that don't know, and we started off with my agents, and we then started going out nationally, and we were getting leads for realtors all over the U.S. Some agents we were getting as many as 2,000 to 3,000 leads a month. Okay, well, this is a great way to get prospects. I want to be clear that property marketing, all the things that we've promoted over the years, is the best way for now leads. So we have two different things. We have now leads and future leads. This custom squeeze pages is the best way for future leads, okay? So both are important. So as you train your agents, train them for now leads, train them for future leads. Now leads are about, you know, using the Open House app for registering on their tablets and showing feedback and all that, and really getting a lot of leads that way, using the custom sign writers and the water bottle labels and the biz prop cards and the door hangers and the just listed postcards, and using all that to be able to get now leads, okay? Custom squeeze pages, this is for future leads. So for some of you it's available right now, some of you it'll be available in the next couple of days, and what this basically is this is a way that you come in our system and you actually can create leads, okay? So what's great about it is that you can actually come in our system. These pages are here under the marketing tab. So marketing tab squeeze pages, and you can actually create squeeze pages. So some of you will see the button to be able to create, and some of you won't, but in the next couple of days you'll all see it. So what's neat is that you can actually come in here and you can create a squeeze page, and here's an example of one, for instance, okay? And so consumers can come into the squeeze page, and I'm going to do a class on this to show you guys how, but you can run ads on Craigslist, you can run ads all over the place. You can even do Google pay-per-clicks and Facebook ads to get tons of leads for this, and I'm going to show you guys how I used to do it. So you can get your agents to come in for $5 a day in Google and teach them how to get a couple leads, you know, a lead every other day or something like that. So what you do is, if I were a consumer, I'd come here on this squeeze page. These are fully editable. You guys can edit the text. You can edit whatever you want. This is a property one. We have refinance ones. We have home purchase ones. We have, you know, top 10 lists. We have all sorts of custom ones for you guys. You're going to flip. So this is going to be real exciting for you guys. We do a property count on the property ones. So as a consumer, I go, oh, there's 394 listings. I want to see these. So then I check the boxes for whatever areas I'm in. I can come in. I put in the information, right? And I put in my price range if I want to. And then I go continue, and then I put in my information. So we have different types of squeeze pages, and then that texts to you and your realtors, and it goes into our CRM with our full email drips. It also, if they launches them onto the IDX page after this, then they can create a search, and they'll see the actual properties for the criteria that they've chosen. So we are taking these squeeze pages to another level for you and your realtors. I can tell you they work because I've personally done it. I made 6 figures off just this type of marketing on top of the other property marketing. So I think it's important to be able to do both for a realtor. So we're showing you guys how you can do both. So we've created both into the system, and they're available to you guys. What else? We also have created them on the property websites. So now you can come in, and this is live for everybody. You can come in, and you can actually, under the Properties Options tab, you can choose, this is how you automate too, by the way, but you can choose by checking this box to put squeeze pages on your property sites. Why did we have a checkbox and not just put them on all the property sites? Because, you guys, the sellers are hiring me to market my home, or their home rather, not my home. And since they're hiring me to market their home, I don't really want to have ways to squeeze information at first. I want to wow the neighborhood with my marketing. I want other people in the neighborhood to go, that's a cool agent, I want them, right? So what I would suggest is come out of the gates like we talk about, results in advance, do all the marketing, wow the neighbors, get more listings in the neighborhood, wow your sellers, then after 30 to 60 days, go ahead and put the squeeze pages on the property sites, because now you've already done a lot of wow marketing, and it's okay to take it to the next level. I think that that's the best strategy personally, because it serves the fiduciary responsibility with your sellers best. But we've given you guys the option to do what you want. What's neat about these is they launch different squeeze pages, and so we've created all sorts of different ones. We've got foreclosure lists. We've got financing ones, all sorts of different squeeze pages that you guys can launch here. You know, pre-qual. Exit this. So you can say, you know, make your dream a reality. And what's cool is that Parm's in your logo, and what's so neat are the Realtors logo. And you guys can actually edit these. We have them fully editable, so you guys will be able to edit these here. And we're real excited about this because it ties into all of our marketing. So, Lead CRM and Task Manager. So the reason this now is very appropriate is because we just talked about how, you know, you can capture leads in different ways. So I want you guys to know that we use this Lead CRM for me personally to gestate all my leads. In our lead CRM, it's under the leads tab. You can, what I loved about it when I was getting a lot of prospects, because I used to get, 30, 40, 50 prospects a day sometimes. And so what I loved about it is that I can prioritize everybody, because you want to call them right away, and we text agents as they get the leads. And then as I call them, I can prioritize them hot. The biggest thing is you want to be able to put people into groups. You want to also be able to put them into priorities. Because for me, what is your motivation? Are you relocating and you don't know yet? Are you an empty nester? Is it a health-related issue? Are you ripe to be a consumer yet? So this task manager, we have all sorts of filters in our lead CRM to where your agents can filter the leads. They can even add email drips onto the leads. They can create as many custom email drip campaigns as they want. So you guys now have email drips and a full lead CRM built into the system. We even have it so you can export the leads as well. So for those of you that are asking, yes, you can do that. We also have it, by the way, if you need, with the squeeze pages and all, to attach to a different CRM outside of our system, you can feel free to call the hotline and ask. We can do that for your realtors. But, for instance, we're already doing that for a lot of agents for like the top producer and stuff like that. What I like about ours, though, is that it's fully editable and you can add as many different email campaigns as you wish. Also, we have it to where you guys have a full task manager for your realtor. So under your agents tab, if you click on it, on the right, you're going to see a task manager. As we teach in the 90 days, the task manager is a prospecting manager. It's a way for you to keep connected with your realtors. I don't want you to have any of your agents in the system without a next task. So, and everybody gets off this call, make sure you have next task for your admin or for you or for your marketer to be able to connect with your realtors constantly, because it's that connection that nurtures great relationships, and the great relationships create great partnerships that make us all a ton of money and make us happier lives. So make sure that you're assigning tasks. With that, we've got it now where there's letters in there that you guys could create, so you could send your realtors email drips. So under the agents, when you edit agents tab, when you logged in as yourself, when you edit a realtor, you can now on the right-hand side use the task manager, and we give you a point system for prospecting and all that. You can also, under the lead CRM, your agents and you can create all sorts of drip campaigns for past customers and for different leads that come in the system. So just so you know that that's huge. For some of you that are going to ask, no, right now we don't have to where you can import your database. You have to do it manually. Why? Because spam. Many of you will come in, you'll import 3,000 emails and spam. We don't want to ruin it for everybody else. So this is for true prospects, for true realtors, for true past customers. Just as you sell stuff, put them in. And then you have all sorts of different email campaigns for everybody. So the email drips, the task manager, the calendaring, all of it's in here for you guys. I don't see it necessarily as a replacement for your current calendaring. I see it as a prospecting manager. So talk to your agents about that. Talk to them about how they have everything in the system and about how we used it successfully for thousands and thousands of leads every month. And that's how we manage everybody. Text notifications. Your agents now, because we own our own text code, we have it to where your agents can get notified for leads in the system. So now, one of the exciting things is every time they get a lead, they're going to get a text. It's very costly for us to do this, but we think it's important, so we released it for you guys to be able to have all your agents notified, especially now if you're going to be encouraging them to run different ads to the squeeze pages and different stuff like that. And I'll have a whole webinar just on getting Google leads and getting Facebook leads and squeeze pages and stuff. We're going to do that probably in about 2 weeks. So look for that webinar. I'll record it for you to show your realtors. It'll be a big webinar all about how to get more leads. New YouTube creator. You guys, we've had a YouTube video creator for a long time. We rewrote the entire thing. Why did we do that? Because the new one, it enables us to do a lot of things we want to do in the future. You guys are going to be blown away with some of the stuff that we're going to be doing here this year with this. However, right now what's neat is that we've updated the look. It's a cleaner look. It renders faster. It has up to 20 pictures. We're going to be adding this week to where you guys have all sorts of different music that you can choose for it. And lastly, we put you as the sponsor on the videos. So we have it now where the videos go straight to the agent's channel automatically, or straight to your channel if you desire. Whoever, they can go to one person's channel. And from there, it's great SEO. And then we put your information, we put the text code, the property information, all sorts of great stuff. So we have a new YouTube creator. If you haven't used it yet, make sure your agents are getting set up on that. And it will render up to 20 pictures on your YouTube videos, and it looks really gorgeous. We've updated the flyers. Many of you have asked on the, like for the financing flyer, for instance, we updated it to change colors based on what layout you're using. We also added a little bit more graphical look to it. We now update it with your addresses. So for some of you that are loan officers and you needed your addresses on the bottom, they have all that. We've updated all the flyers to dynamically change, and we have a lot of cool stuff coming up with our flyers here. So make sure that you're, just constantly engaged in our Facebook, engaged with our staff and everything, because we're changing every single day because we just want to be better for you. So we've updated these. Hopefully you guys love them, and every day we're going to try and make it better. Twilighter. This is something we added, so under the Setup tab, you guys can go click and read about it. It's a fun little video, and basically what this does, you can put it on your Pearl, your blogs, your bio, your property sites. This, when people highlight certain text on one of the websites, it pulls up Twitter, and then they can tweet it. Then it puts a little tweet next to that highlighted text, so anyone else that goes on the website or blog says, oh, that's interesting, and they could tweet it too if it's something that they find interesting. It works best for blogs, but we went ahead and put it on personal websites, blogs, property sites, so that way you guys can have it on everything. So this is another really fun new feature that you guys have. Agent invoicing. Okay, some of you asked about the agent invoicing. We've had this for a long time, but for those of you that don't know, under your marketing reports tab, we have agent invoices. So you guys can create agent invoices for your realtors. So that's one way that we have it. Some of you asked, for RESPA and for different things, I need to invoice my realtors, or for some of you brokers, this is the way that you can do it right now. Also, under there, we have purchases by date, where you could tell what your agents are purchasing in our print operation. This is important because then, from my perspective, if they're buying things that are enhancing the marketing, then it creates sort of a simpatico from a RESPA standpoint, and from basically them in concert with you, their marketing. In fact, in many cases, they're spending much more than you. So make sure that under their marketing reports tab, you're looking at the purchases so you can see what your agents are up to. Are they buying domains? Are they buying sign writers? Are they buying just listed postcards, that kind of thing? Because it will make them better. It'll also help you stay in compliance. Charge agents what you want. In the new system, now that there's no limits, no properties or whatever, you guys can essentially sell your agents at whatever cost you want. So within February, our programmers are working on it right now, because we have all in-house programmers, all Americans, everybody in this building, we've created our billing system is internal, so it's all automated, it's inside of our system. So what we decided to do is make it so that way you guys can come in and dictate. So let's say you want to charge your agents $5 a month. You just put that in, then your agents, when they log in, would have to pay the $5 before they can enter the system. Let's say you just want to charge $1 a property. Go for it. And then all we're going to do is we're going to just take some, whatever the credit card fees are off the top. We're going to credit you guys back the difference. So for some of you, we might actually have to start cutting you paychecks, because we're not going to profit from that at all. We've decided to just allow you guys, if you desire to essentially go out and white label and or charge agents what you want. So we have the invoicing, we have the reports for what they purchase, and then within this month we'll have the charge agents what you want. So we're trying to give you guys as many options as possible to help you be more successful, and I just wanted you guys aware of that. Okay, so as I'm getting towards the end here, you guys, I want to tell you about something really exciting. Some of you know about this. I see some of you that I know really well, you guys know about this, but the rest of you do not. And so I want to make sure that you guys are clear about what we're now offering. In fact, some of you didn't even know about this. You don't know what I'm going to say, because I'm going to offer one more thing here. We are giving your agents marketing makeovers for free. Why are we doing this? Because we want your realtors to stand out, to love you. We want our system to be beloved by them so that they have a one-stop shop for their marketing. So our graphics team, we have 3 graphic designers that are here for your agents. Call our hotline. Our 8 customer service reps are here for you guys. For those of you that use them all the time, anybody that uses them all the time, go ahead and put in the questions to people, how amazing they are, because they sure are. They're here for you guys. Here's the bottom line, the marketing makeover. When your agents call in, they can get a custom prop site, personal site. They get free biz prop cards, free text writer their first time, and all of it customized free. So let me show you what I mean. Personal website. They call in, they can literally have whatever colors they want, they can pick whatever layout they want, they can have whatever headers or look or whatever. So we're talking, you guys, $2,500 typically for custom graphics, okay? Sometimes more. When I first moved out to California 8 years ago, and I had to retool because I had all my marketing for a Colorado realtor, I was getting bid $7,000 was the average bid I got, and some of you experienced the same. Free. Call our hotline. Open a graphics ticket. Free. So your agents call in and order that. Property websites. Custom. So they can have that with their look too. So they can customize their property websites in different ways. They can pick our layouts. They can customize the headers, the colors, the look. So they can pick their favorite and then customize it to their look. So they literally have specialized branding to help them stand out. Utilize our graphics team. You know, our graphics team's done everything from, you know, Toyota, Verizon, you know, Christy was the graphics designer for Nationwide Insurance. You guys have that at your disposal. Tell your agents, listen, on my staff, I've got the top-notch graphic designers that are going to help you stand out, and they're not going to charge you $5,000. Because I have a VIP special sponsorship, it's free. Just call the hotline. It's simple, okay? Free sign writer. Every agent, do you guys want more leads? Every single agent in your system, you should have them call the hotline for the graphics makeover. We're not only going to make over their prop sites and their personal sites, we're going to make over their writers, okay? I want you guys to know we have our own print operation. For those of you that have been there, you can testify to this. I had a loan officer yesterday in the print shop, and they came by and said, no, it's okay, I don't need to see it. And I said, you need to see it. And I took them over there, and they're like, oh, my gosh. Why? Because we built it for you. You guys own that. You guys own your own print shop. We don't outsource it. We do it ourselves. Why does that matter to you? Because everything we do is the latest and greatest in digital one-off printing. Most printers don't want to touch that stuff. Because we're digital one-off printers, our staff is used to, if you or your agents order before noon, we ship that day. We're so inexpensive, you can't find the type of one-off stuff anywhere else. You guys should really embrace this with your agents because it creates a stickiness where you guys are aligned with their marketing for life. Huge. So we're going to create a custom writer that matches their brand. We're then going to give them a free sign writer in that call. So when your agents call in, they're not just getting, you know, $5,000 worth of custom graphics. They're also getting a free lead writer and getting that customized. And after we customize, we put it in their till. So in the future, they just check a box. So 10 o'clock at night, they come off a listing appointment. They literally do all the marketing, boom, 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 boom. They have their seller's accountability reports to show their seller, here's all the marketing I've done already in 24 hours, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. They order their custom sign writer. They order their just listed postcards. They order their just listed door hangers or open house postcards. They order their biz prop cards. And we ship the next day by noon. So they literally, in less than 24 hours, have done all their marketing. I want you guys to grasp that we are your team. And as your team, let's work together to change agents' lives. If we do that, this year's going to be huge for everybody. I want us to change the industry. I want us to change their lives. And together, we've built all this stuff together, this system. We're part of our private agent marketing. I want us to work together to do that. Business prop cards. Your agents get free business property cards. For those of you that remember the old way we did it, this way is way better. We have this gorgeous all sorts of new equipment just for this fact and for the door hanger and stuff like that. And what this does is we customize a business card, your agent's business card, whatever it is. And then on the back of it, we put the property info. So we put the text codes, the property URL, the QR codes. Why is this important? Number one, can you imagine if you were selling your house and a realtor came to you and they said, hey, John, just so you know, I print up these business cards so you could go to church and go to work and tell your friends that your house is for sale. Oh, my gosh, I have an OMA card for my house? How huge is that? They're going to give them to neighbors. I also suggest you take these and go door knocking. Hey, Chris Bates just listed your neighbor's house, thought you might be curious. You telling me they're not going to run to their computer and check it out? You telling me they're not going to call that realtor to list with them, which creates more bait, which creates more deals for you guys? Everybody should be mindful of how to make their agents more successful. And with these, what we've done is you guys own your own graphics team. You own your own programmers. You own your own print shop. You have your own tech team. All of us are here for you. Our 24 staff are here to make you and your agents' lives more successful. So how exciting that we can work together to do that. The more that you guys engage, the more that you mentor, the more that can happen. So have your agents call for the free custom graphic makeover, free marketing makeover. And by the way, we have this graphic under the marketing tab for you guys to print out and use to show your realtors. When they call in, we're going to give them free personal website and explain it to them. Hey, make sure you have some ideas about what you want your personal website to look like, Mr. Agent. We'll also make some ideas about your prop, make some ideas, you know, to make sure that we can match that branding with your sign writers, with everything else. I'll give you an example. You know, some of our customers, they have a niche for just the Army communities. So with their Army logos and stuff, they could create all their branding, their personal website, their property websites, their writers, everything to go along with that Army niche.